Hey, Ronnie here from Four Wheeling in Western Australia. Welcome to Modified episode number 23, where we share with you vehicles that have been accessorised and modified for everyday use and four-wheel driving. Introducing the owner to you, Daniel.
Mate.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good yourself.
Not too bad.
Cool.
Run our audience through what type of Patrol this is. And
yeah, it's just a 2002 Nissan Patrol GU coil cab with a 5-speed manual with a 6-litre motor in it.
LS.
Yep, LS conversion, L98, yep.
And your drive line on this?
It's live axles and it's just a front locker, ARB air locker.
Okay.
Yeah, manual locking hubs in the front, and yeah, that's it.
And what have you set the car up for? Is it like a touring or is it
kind of in the middle, bit of both.
Bit of both?
Yeah, the canopy comes off pretty easy, so when I'm doing sort of a bit more extreme stuff, I'll pull the canopy off, and if I'm going away, I'll put the canopy on.
Well, let's go through all the bits of the car then.
Yep.
All right, Daniel, so bar work?
Yeah, all the bar work's custom made by On-Track Fabrication. Yeah, it's all pretty strong, and it's had a fair bit of abuse over the years and held up to it. But yeah, it's just strong. It's got recovery points on it that you can snatch off, and
oh, so it's like made so you can actually come off the
yeah,
bar.
yeah, you can fully snatch off it. I've actually snatched off a factory Nissan bar before and pulled it off. So this one's pretty good to be able to pull off. So
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless your bull bar is designed to actually snatch off, don't snatch off your bull bar.
Yeah, definitely.
Winch?
The winch is just a low mount winch. I've got a high mount motor on it, a 6 horsepower motor with a Dynamo rope on it. It's got an in-cab switch with an all-bright solenoid for controlling it in the cab.
Excellent. And you got side rails and side steps?
Yeah, scrub bars and rock sliders.
Okay. All by On-Track Fab as well?
Yeah, all made by On-Track Fabrication. They've really stood the test of time as well. I've put them through their paces and they've not moved yet. So
awesome. All right, we'll move on to lights and comms. Lights and comms now, Daniel?
Yep. Just got these LED spotlights on the front.
How many watts are these, you know?
I'm not sure. I actually won them in a full drive comp, so I couldn't really tell you
fair enough.
much about them. But yeah, they actually are a really good light.
And is that a curved light bar?
Yeah, it's just mounted on the roof. I mount it far enough back so I don't get any reflection on the bonnet. Otherwise, I think it takes away from the brightness of the lights.
So you got a light bar on the back as well?
Yeah, it's a bit of a hidden one, but it is pretty good for reversing at night. You sort of makes everything pretty bright. I've got a reverse camera here, which really helps assist that. So
is this hooked up to your reverse? So when you stick it in reverse,
it's not. It's just a separate switch. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yep.
And you got lights on the roof as well?
Yeah, just work lights facing each side, just for when you're camping, give you a bit more light.
So now onto comms. UHF?
Yeah, it's just a standard 80 channel radio with a 6 dB aerial.
Good range?
Yeah, pretty good range, yeah.
Rightio folks, we're on the tyres and lift now. We'll start with your tyres, Daniel.
Yeah, they're a 37-inch Hankook Dynapro.
Is that a 15-inch rim?
17s, yeah.
17-inch rim?
Yeah.
Must be the size of the tyre and a bead lock that's throwing me off there.
So they're pretty big. Yeah, bead locked so I can't roll the tyres off the rim. And
how do you find the tyres? How long have you had them?
This is probably my 4th set of Hankook Dynapros. I swear by them, I've had them on a lot of cars. But yeah, I usually replace them well before they need to be replaced. I just like having fresh tyres, but I've never really seen a set right through, to be honest. I always sell them when they get to about 50% and just buy a new set.
And your lift?
The lift's a full Superior Engineering lift. It's got every single arm under there has been replaced to a heavy duty arm. It's got the hybrid Superflex arms. Pretty good setup.
What shocks are you running?
Pro Fender shocks. They're a 5-inch shock and I've got 4-inch coils, so a little bit longer travel, but they're pretty smooth.
They got like a reserve tube
yeah, remote reservoir. Yeah, they do actually adjust massively. Yeah, like if you put them on 8, it's just stiff as, and number 1 just has heaps of body roll. Like they do actually make a big difference. Yeah.
So you'd actually adjust them if you're on the highway to 8?
Yeah, I do adjust them all the time. Yeah.
And then when you off road, you go like.
Yeah, I generally leave them at 6, but if I'm doing some corrugations, I'll turn them down a little bit, and it just makes the ride so much smoother.
So Daniel's now going to give us a showdown on what's going on in here.
Yeah.
So here we are.
It's a L98 out of a 2009 VESS.
Vulcan Commodore.
Yeah.
Notice your alternator's at a good height here.
They relocate them to get them up out of the way of the chassis rail and keeps it out of the elements, which is real good. Yeah,
That's
if you're
a great
doing any
idea.
mud and stuff like that, it just keeps it out, keeps it nice and safe up there. So
I know about that.
yeah, and easy to replace.
Custom airbox,
Yeah, so it's a Fats airbox, 4-inch all the way through from the on-track fabrication snorkel.
3-inch snorkel.
4-inch snorkel,
4-inch
yeah.
snorkel. Oh, yeah, into 4-inch pipe. Twin batteries. Which one was your standard one?
This is the standard battery over here,
Okay.
and that's the second battery. So that just powers the fridge and camp lights, and this basically does everything else. Controlled on a red arc system. Yeah.
Custom radiator.
PWR radiator, yeah, it helps keep things cool, and it's just got some basically Commodore thermo fans on the back of it, controlled off the ECU.
This thing on the front, I know you don't have an automatic transmission, so what is this extra cooler for?
It's a power steering cooler, just a bit bigger than the standard one. Just helps keep everything cool with the big tyres. Turning, 37-inch tyres is a bit of a mission. So
you recommend like 37-inch tyres to get a cooler?
Yeah, or anything really. If you're wheeling pretty hard, you should definitely upgrade it. You don't want to be blowing a steering box or anything like that.
Still got plenty of room in here.
Yeah, it's pretty empty. The engine takes up bugger all of the space in there. Yeah, we were actually standing in here when we were doing the conversion. There's enough room, yeah, without the radiator and that. Yeah.
Have you had the engine underwater?
Yeah, the engine's been fully submerged a couple of times now, and it's everything's on Deutsch plugs and stuff from the LS factory, so it's pretty good.
And you mentioned something about you did the conversion yourself.
Yeah, I did the whole conversion myself in the shed. It's fairly straightforward, these conversions now, everything's off the shelf, so yeah, you don't need to be a guru to do it.
So you're not an actual mechanic?
Nah.
It's pretty impressive. Right, Daniel.
Yeah.
Let's have a look what you got in here, eh?
Yeah.
So while we open this, just going to ask you about your awning.
Yep.
Is that a 2 by 2.5 by 2.5?
2.5 by 2.5, yeah. It's got a built-in LED in it. Yeah, it's not been on there long, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your fuel, because I noticed on the other side when we're looking underneath.
Yep.
Have you got extra tank or is
it's just factory tanks. The utes have got quite a lot of fuel anyway. It holds about 160 litres from factory, so it's plenty enough to get me around.
That's heaps of fuel.
Yeah, so it's not bad.
What are you doing per 100?
This thing averages about 17 litres to 100 k's.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Considering
37-inch tyres.
37's petrol engine.
Pretty heavy-footed most of the time I drive it as well.
Awesome. So. Let's get into this.
Yep.
Start with fridge.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a 38 litre Engel on a drop-down fridge slide. My missus is pretty short, so helps her get into it.
Yep. That's enough space for how long when you go?
It's not really enough space. Ideally, I'd like to have 2 of them. One I can run as a freezer and one as a fridge.
One fridge, one
freezer.
Yeah. And
just a space case just to keep everything out of the elements. It's just got my camping gear and that in it, just some cooker and a few bits and pieces in there.
It's bolted down, stays on there permanently?
Yeah, just stays there.
Fuel and water?
Just a bit of extra fuel and just a water jerry can, yeah.
What do you normally throw in here? Just all your bags and soft stuff?
Yeah, I usually sleep in there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so I've got the self-inflating mattress, and yeah, we got our lights and stuff in there, and it's a pretty comfortable sleep. Stays dark in the mornings and that, so yeah, we just sleep in here. If it's hot, we've just got the fly screen mesh down. So just
you got your fly screen here?
Yeah, both sides have got fly screen mesh on them.
How do you find the seals on the dusty roads, the canvas?
I haven't really had an issue with it. Basically anything that I want to keep out of the dust, I'll chuck in the space case or behind the seats with this. It'd be pretty good to have a fully sealed canopy if you were doing a lot of corrugations, I guess, but
be a lot more weight then.
Yeah, a bit more weight, and this, it's real light. Like I said, I like to be able to pull it on and off really easy, so I can put this on and off by myself.
Oh, so, yeah, because the whole frame just comes off?
Yeah.
Daniel's now going to show us what he's got in the cab.
Yeah.
And Daniel, we'll start with scan gauge 2.
It tells me if there's any engine faults. We can reset them and stuff on the go as well. And I actually use it for monitoring coolant temps and stuff like that as well.
What temperature do you run, like water temperature?
Basically just sits at around 95. Yeah, the fans actually don't come on until 98 degrees from factory.
UHF here?
That's just the 80 channel UHF.
Is the switches, you got switches on the handset?
Yeah, it's actually a Bluetooth one as well, so I've got the headset and stuff at home. If I'm out of the car, I can talk to friends and stuff like that as well while I'm out of the car, which is pretty handy. Compressor
switch, front locker?
Yep.
And rear locker switch?
Yeah, it's only got a front locker at the moment. The rear locker failed on me, so just to get it back going, I had to just put an LSD in there at the moment.
Your air compressor wasn't in the hood, wasn't in the back?
Yeah, it's actually under that seat where you are. So it's a dual ARB air compressor. That's what runs the lockers, and I can also...
fill up from here too?
Yeah, that's where I plug my fitting into.
Gauges, what are you running?
I used to have boost and EGT for the TD, but I don't need that anymore, so I've just got coolant temp. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting oil pressure and oil temperature. Would probably be the only things I'll need for this.
So Q&A?
Yep. Cool.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
I won't tell you what time it is here though.
Yeah.
That's the afternoon sun, right?
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
All right, so my first question to you
Yep.
is I just went and got a Series 1 or 3
Yeah. Series 1. Yep.
Patrol, and it's got an LS conversion in it.
Yep.
What's the next 3 things you recommend I do?
Any car I get, I always start with traction. So lockers and tyres would be the first thing I'd probably do to it. Yeah.
And your third thing then?
Third thing would be suspension. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just all
You kind of have to
contact
have
the ground.
suspension to get the tyres you want
Yeah.
most of the time. So yeah, those 3 things are probably the
That's a very
first
good
things.
point actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the one thing you must have when you head out bush?
My winch.
Your
yeah,
winch?
the winch has saved me and mates multiple times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Gets a fair workout then.
Yeah, it does. It does more recoveries on friends than it does on me. But yeah, I've pulled people out that haven't been
Yeah.
able to get snatched out because the snatch wouldn't work, but winch just seems to get them every time.
You decide to get this Patrol.
I just like the fact that it's a ute that's coil in the rear. It's one of the only ones that I know of that come out factory with coils in the rear. It's just comfy and yeah, they're just a solid car. I know Patrols have just got solid drive lines and stuff in them. So
Easy to modify as well, eh?
yeah, and parts are cheap. You can always
not-
get yourself
yeah.
parts from and that. So
Not too many cars you can just whack 37s on.
yeah,
Just like that. With
yeah,
the
yeah.
lift.
You could do it with a smaller lift than this as well, really.
Yeah?
My next one will be a 3-inch lift, and
With 37s?
yeah.
Oh,
I try and keep them as low as I can, just
Yeah.
because it's pretty fast. I don't want to
Okay.
be rolling it. Yeah.
What do you recommend to look out for on this type of vehicle?
Probably rust. Check always if you're going to buy one. Check out rust. Make sure it's not got a rusty chassis. And being a coil in the rear on a ute, they're pretty known for the coil braces in the rear to bend. So it's worth just making sure that they're flat.
Okay.
Before you buy it, you can brace them. Like I've got a coil tail brace on that, so it can't bend anymore. But
So that's at the bottom or the top?
it's at the top. Yeah. Superior Engineering one. It was $130, so
Yeah.
it's definitely worth the time to do it. And mine was actually a little bit bent, but the brace pulled it back flat again. So
What is your top 3 trips in this vehicle?
Brunswick's probably my number one. Yeah, I've actually done a few trips down there. So
You got the kind of vehicle for that area?
yeah, just with the muddy hills and the high RPM gets me up the hills there pretty easy. So that I just did a trip quite recently down to Cow Cup, the Yeager area. That was a good trip. Yeah.
How do you go up the hill there? Call Cup? Pretty good?
Easy. Yeah.
And what's your last?
The last one's probably the Murchison trip I've done in it before, Murchison off-road area. It was a bit of a disaster trip at one point, but it actually, looking back on it, was pretty fun.
Cool.
I snapped both my standard trailing arms up there and
Oh, really?
had to do a bit of a bush fix to get home. But yeah, it was actually a good trip. So
The vehicle did you have before this one?
before this, it was a Patrol. I had a Series 4 2006 4.2. It was a pretty expensive car, so I didn't get to drive it the way I wanted to without worrying about scratching it and that. That's why I went and bought a ute, so I can sort of
Justify.
use it a bit more, without worrying about scratching and stuff. And I've actually done less damage to the cheaper car than I did the more expensive car. But
Oh, really?
yeah, there's less panels and stuff. The other one was a wagon, so
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, no dramas, mate.
Cool.
Cool as.
And if you want to know more about this Patrol, there is a dedicated webpage to it, and you can get to that link up here or in the description below. Tell us what you think, and thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe right here. See you in another video. If you'd like to support the content creation on this channel, you can go to patreon.com/Ronnie Dahl, and please don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. See ya.